orthogonal cutting. In orthogonal cutting, we have some relationship. Velocity, the cutting velocity V is proportional to L, and so these are the relationship for orthogonal cutting operations. Here V is the cutting velocity, L is your uncut chip length, F is your feed in mm per revolution, T is your uncut chip length, uncut chip thickness, D is your depth of cut, and W is your width of the job. So these relations are very important when you solve the numerical related to the orthogonal cutting operations. So these relations are very important. In these relations, the cutting velocity is proportional to the uncut chip length, feed is proportional to the uncut chip thickness, and depth of cut is proportional to the width of the job. So these are the very important relationship in orthogonal cutting operation. Orthogonal means in orthogonal cutting means this is the job, workpiece or job, and this is my cutting edge of the tool. So the cutting velocity, the relative velocity between the tool and the workpiece and the cutting edge, both are perpendicular to each other. So this one and this velocity, both are perpendicular to each other. Both must be the perpendicular to each other in orthogonal machining operations. So in orthogonal machining operation, this is the main conditions. Means the relative velocity between the work and the tool means cutting velocity, it should be perpendicular to the cutting edge of the tool. So these are the very important relationship. The velocity, cutting velocity is proportional to the uncut chip length, and the feed is proportional to the uncut chip thickness, and depth of cut is proportional to the width of the job. These are very important relationship. Now, in orthogonal machining operations, so in orthogonal cutting, we have considered this is the geometry of single point cutting tool. You know the geometry of single point cutting tool. So in geometry of the single point cutting tool, this is the geometry of the single point cutting tool, like this. This is the geometry of single point cutting tool, you know very well. So this is the geometry of the single point cutting tool. So in it, this is my rack, this is my side rack angle, this is my side clearance angle, and this is my end cutting edge angle gamma E. This is my side cutting edge angle. So from here, can you see the, suppose this is my front view. So in front view it look like this, and this is my rack surface. This is the rack surface. This is my shank rack surface over which the chip flow take place. So in positive rack angle it is look like this, and the end face of the tool is like this, and from here some material is removed from the rack surface, so it look like this for positive back rack angle, and it is positive. When you see from the top, so top view it comes like this, this is my end cutting edge, and cutting edge, and this is my side cutting edge, So this is my end cutting edge angle, and this is my side cutting edge angle, gamma E and gamma S. This is my top view. When you see from the side, so these angle will observe to you, this one and this one. So these two angles you may represent like this. So this is my side rack angle, and this is my side clearance angle. I have already explained to you the nomenclature or the order of the cutting angles according to the ASA systems. So according to ASA, in ASA system, American Standard Associations, we write the first rack angle, back rack angle and side rack angle, back rack angle, side rack angle, and clearance angle. And clearance angle, this is my end clearance angle, delta E, and clearance angle, side clearance angle, and cutting edge angle, and then side cutting edge angle, and cutting edge angle and side cutting edge angle, and then nose radius. This is my nose radius R. So this order is very important when you solve the numerical problem related to the merchant circle diagram. So now here, now this single point cutting tool we consider like a wedge shape. So in orthogonal cutting, suppose in 3D during cutting operations, it looks like this. This is my workpiece, this is the workpiece WP, and this is my cutting tool. The cutting tool here we consider like a wedge shape, WEDG, wedge shape. So, and this is my wedge shape. So the cutting actions will take place. So this is the, in 3D it is look like this, and it is look like this. So this is my, suppose this is the width of the workpiece, this is the width of the workpiece. So this is the width of the workpiece, W is the width of the workpiece, and T is the uncut chip thickness, first layer, and this is the cutting velocity, V, relative velocity. This is the tool, this one is my tool tip. So this is the tool tip, and this is the we are considering here tool like a wedge. So this is the relative velocity between the tool and the workpiece. So this is my cutting velocity, and this is my normal plane. So this is my rack surface over which the chip flow take place, rack surface. This is my flank surface, and this is my finished surface. The angle between the rack surface and the normal is called the rack angle. This is the rack angle, and this angle is your wedge angle. It is denoted by beta, and angle between the flank surface or finished surface is known as the clearance angle. So from here we will get one relationship between the rack angle, alpha plus beta plus delta is equal to, from the geometry, this is normal, means this angle is 90, so it is equal to 90. So one relation you will get from here. In orthogonal machining operations, this is my rack angle. Rack angle means angle made by this rack with respect to the normal plane. So angle between the normal plane or the rack surface is called the rack angle. This is my wedge angle, and this is the clearance angle. Clearance angle means angle between the flank surface and the finished surface is called the clearance angle. So from the geometry here, alpha plus beta plus delta is equal to 90 degree. So here I want to explain to you, this is the cross-sectional area. The cross-sectional area of uncut layer is W into T. So W into T, W is the width of the workpiece and T is the uncut chip thickness or uncut layer thickness. And here you are, this is my the chip floor, this is my shear plane, this is the shear plane. So here, due to the hammer blow action, just ahead of the tool tip, the chip flow take place along the shear plane, or rupture of the chip take place along the shear plane. So this is my shear plane. So beyond, after this section is your chip. So here the chip thickness we have taken, this is my TC, and this is the W is the width of the chip, and the width of uncut layer and width of the chip, it is remain constant, we are assuming and considering. And this is the velocity of the chip. In this direction the chip flow take place. So chip flow velocity is your V suffix C, and here the cutting velocity is Vc. So according to the conservation of mass, according to conservation of mass, you can write like this: the cross-sectional area of uncut layer W into T into the cutting velocity V is equal to, this is the volume into density. So conservation of mass in is equal to mass flow rate out. So rho is equal to, rho is equal to m by v, and rate की बात कर रहे हैं, so v by t, this v by t means rho into volume over t. This is my volume. So you can write rho into cross-sectional area into length over t, or is equal to mass flow rate, or you can write rho into AC into velocity is equal to mass flow rate. So rho AV is your mass flow rate. So here this is my rho is the density of the work material, it is remain constant. WT is the cross-sectional area of this uncut layer, and the cutting velocity, this is my cutting velocity V. Here cutting velocity V. So similarly for coming out sections, you may write rho is the density of the work material, and this is my cross-sectional area of the chip, W into TC, T suffix C is your chip thickness, and the chip velocity is your VC. So from here the density it is remain constant, width is already constant, we have assumed the width of the uncut layer and the width of the chip thickness, it is remain constant. From here you will get relationship T into V is equal to TC into VC. So you may write like this. From here you may write from here you will get the one relationship. This relationship is your T over TC is equal to VC over V, and this is called the chip thickness ratio and represented by R. This is called the chip thickness ratio. So chip thickness ratio is your, it is the ratio of uncut chip thickness to the chip thickness and chip velocity to the cutting velocity. So this is very important relationship when you solve the numerical problem. So this is very important. First of all you will find out the chip thickness ratio. So chip thickness ratio is nothing but this is the uncut chip thickness to the chip thickness and chip velocity to the cutting velocity. Or from the geometry you will write the cross conservation of mass. From the conservation of mass you can get directly this relationship you don't know. So from rho is equal to mass over volume, or you can write mass flow rate is equal to rho into cross-sectional area into velocity. So initially uncut layer cross-sectional area is equal to W into T into cutting velocity is equal to, coming out in the form of chips, the cross-sectional area of the chip is W into TC and the chip velocity is your VC. Rho means density of the work material and it is remain constant for incoming and outgoing in the form of chips. So T into V is equal to TC into VC. So from here you will get T over TC is equal to VC over V is equal to R, and this is known as the chip thickness ratio. This is very important relationship when you solve the numerical related to merchant circle diagram. Now I would like to explain you again so in orthogonal cutting, this is my workpiece. This is my workpiece and this is my tool in wedge shape. So this is my wedge angle beta and this is my normal plane, normal to this surface, finished surface. So normal, this angle is called the rack angle alpha. This is my rack surface, and here due to the hammer blow action, the crack initiation and its propagation take place along the shear plane. So this is the chip representations. So this is my shear plane. OA is my shear plane. So this is the uncut chip thickness in 2D representation. This is my cutting velocity, relative velocity between the tool and the workpiece. This is the cutting velocity at the tip of the tool. So this is my rack angle alpha, this is my wedge angle beta, and this is your delta is the clearance angle. This is my finished surface, obtained finished surface. This is my flank surface of the tool. This is the rack surface. So from here, from the geometry, we will get one relationship: alpha plus beta plus delta is equal to pi by 2. This is very important relationship. So here I want to explain to rack angle. Alpha is your rack angle. So rack angle, it control the chip flow direction. So here the importance of rack angle is it control the chip flow direction. It control the chip flow direction. Number 2, beta is your wedge angle. It control the cutting forces. It control the cutting forces. Number 3 is your delta, clearance angle. It control the surface finish. It control the surface finish. So these angles are very important. The role of rack angle is it control the chip flow directions. Beta is wedge angle, it control the cowl cutting forces, and delta is your clearance angle between the flank surface and the obtained surface. So it control the surface finish. Okay, so we have an optimum clearance angles. If we don't have optimum clearance angle, then due to the heating actions or rubbing action between the tool or the workpiece interface, it can spoil the obtained surface. So these angles are very important. Similarly, rack angle, it control the chip flow directions. So we have an optimum rack angle, it vary -5 degree to 10 degree, and beta is your wedge angle. So these angles are very important during orthogonal cutting operations. So in orthogonal operations, one important assumption is that the cutting edge, and this is my workpiece, and here is the cutting tool. So important assumption is cutting velocity and this is my cutting edge, both are perpendicular to each other. So this is very important assumptions. So this is the 2D representations. From the geometry, you may get the relationship alpha plus beta plus delta is equal to 90 degree and the role of angles. So this is very important, and this is my OA is my shear angle. Thank you.